Greetings ladies and gentlemen, I'm Dwyrin. Welcome back to some more of my Civilization 5 tutorial. If you are just starting out learning how to play, hope you're following along, and you too can start winning some games. Now, when we last left off, we just created our second city. It's a fair distance away from our main, but that's completely okay because we're going to put a city over here and join the two together and everything's going to be completely fine. However, you will take note, right here we are down to 3 happiness because we now have 4.8 generated from the number of cities we have, and then we have 3 generated from our population. So we kind of sort of need to start getting that number a little bit higher than 3. And to do that, we are going to do the following. This little guy over here, now that he is done repairing our tile, we are going to start working on these, oh, not that one, that one's out of our border, but these 2 luxury resources, and when we first work on them, we will see something very special. So for the moment, I am going to go ahead and tell this little guy to construct a shrine, because everything takes way too long to really build right now anyway, since we are focusing solely on the food tile here. And because we have Uluru in this particular game, we might be getting a religion. If you think that's not going to be for you, or you just don't care, maybe you have higher production, you can probably start working on your library, but right now it's just not feasible to start working on that. It's not really feasible to work on our shrine yet either. Might not even complete it, but that's okay. I'm going to take my lovely little worker here, and he's going to go up here and give me my truffle tile first. Now, you always want to be aware of the dark areas around your city, because any dark areas, barbarian encampments like that can pop up, and then suddenly you have a barbarian encampment, or a barbarian rather, running around and destroying all your tiles, and we do not want that. So always make sure you kind of have eyes on your tiles. If you have a few aggressive units, you know, run them out there from time to time if necessary. Spread them out. They don't always have to be inside your city, and just kind of make sure you know what's going on around you. We will construct a camp because we want to complete that truffle tile. As you can see here, we'll get +4 happiness when it is improved. Now I do want to point out that the game is a little bit misleading in that, because if I hover over this, it also says +4 happiness when improved. But we are not going to actually get 8 happiness from making both of those. Like if I was working this tile simultaneously, we're not actually going to get 8 happiness from this. We're going to get the 4 happiness once when truffles are introduced to our empire. I can have 100 extra truffles after that. If there were 100 extra truffle tiles here, it would not matter. I wouldn't get any more happiness beyond the initial introduction of that one tile, that luxury resource, to our empire. So beware of that. Our apologies, we will not do that again. I was a little bit curious if she would regard me as kind of approaching her territory. Apparently she did, so we're going to be very, very careful about that in the future, and by that I mean we're going to be doing this one next, not this one. However, it does kind of hint that they did want to settle a city over here, so it's a good idea that we got that forward one. Now, if that pissed them off, imagine how angry they would have been if we were this close to their city. Like right now, we're this close, which a little bit further away. So here is an interesting conundrum. Right now I have captured a unit which belonged to Prague. Okay, that's great and everything, but I don't really want to return that unit right now because I could I could start fixing the tiles around my area. And they're only a culture civ anyway. They're not mercantile. They're not going to really give me any extra happiness. And 45 influence for them is pretty weak. So I'd rather take it and save myself the trouble of either going 105 turns to make a worker here, or the 15 turns of making a worker here. So this is actually a pretty good deal. Alright, so we have our calendar, which is good. We just finished that. Since we have 2 of these, you can see they go clearly over to philosophy and drama and poetry, which we unlocked. Under philosophy, we have our national college. That gives us a lot of science. that is an interest to us, that is a very, very big interest to us. The wheel roads we're not going to be doing just yet because of the distance between our two capitals. We're not going to be getting chariot archers either because we're not terribly concerned about defense. The watermill for extra food is nice, but I want to go ahead and unlock philosophy. If, and this is a big if there is an aggressive civilization around you, like Attila, the Hun, the Shaka Zulu, who else? Or maybe Genghis Khan of the Mongolians, then you might want to go to construction first to grab a composite bowman or two before going up to philosophy. Right now, on the other hand, I feel that we are probably not going to be attacked by someone that went piety. But you know what? On second thought, let's assume that's wrong. Let's assume we have no idea, none whatsoever, if our opponent's going to attack us again, if the AI will attack us or not. So you know what? Let's go ahead and point out that it's okay to hold off on philosophy. Let's go and grab construction just to demonstrate how you would defend yourself if you are at all uncertain. So I'm gonna hold off on that despite the fact that I don't have to. Alright, so this was a fun turn. On this turn, we saw that Stonehenge was built in a faraway land. This is about the time that you will actually start expecting civilizations to start build wonders. Do not worry about that for yourself. Don't start dropping everything you're doing, going, oh my god, I really need the Temple of Artemis right now because I don't have a wonder yet, and that's the only wonder left. Don't worry. If they want to waste 40 turns right now building Temple of Artemis, go ahead and let them. We're going to do other things like build a granary, we're going to build a caravan, and then we're going to start building our libraries. Not necessarily in that order, however. Alright, so here a wonderful turn was accomplished for us. We went up in our expanded city, and as well as our main city went up in population. We also completed the lovely little camp here on top of our truffle tile. So now we are up at a total of 6 happiness. I'm going to go over here and work this fur tile. I lied. That's actually a mistake. At this point I should work this wheat tile because my happiness is a-okay. I should work on getting some more food. Alright, yep, that was a mistake. Alright, so in our main city you can see what I've done now. I've switched over to a settler now that what was he? I don't know, what did I just build? I think, was it a granary? No, it was, okay, right. It was a caravan. Now that my caravan's done, I'm switched over to a settler so I can get my third city up in between these two. So what we're going to do now is we are going to change the home city because I can't trade with anyone at this city just yet. We will be able to later. So we're going to move that guy to our expansion. And just as we did last time, we're going to make sure that we are working on all of the hammer tiles we can get our greedy little hands on. Alright, so as you can see here, for our next policy, we are going to go ahead and grab, let's see, what are we going to grab? We are going to go ahead and grab Land Elite, so we can start getting some extra growth in our city. We also lost a trade route that we had sent out because, as you can see, barbarians, danger of actually sending trade routes to cities, even as close as these are, is that, lo and behold, if they are not clearing their area, then, as you can see, this guy kind of just marched over here, and voila, we now have, unfortunately, our trade route being plundered. We had to remake our caravans. Very, very sad. Alright, so we've got our construction. We're now going to go back and work on philosophy, because remember, we delayed it so we could go ahead and unlock the ability to get a composite bowman. I'm also going to take the time to spend 110 gold here on this little upgrade button so my bowman can become a composite bowman. Now we have what we were looking for. We thought that maybe there was a chance because they were all angry. Whoops, and we also need to trade this a long time ago. So we thought that maybe there was a chance that they wanted to, you know, come and attack us because we settled close to them. Maybe they're an aggressive civ. We haven't played this game before. We just do not know. But lo and behold, we have a composite bowman in our city now that can help us defend our city for a very, very long time. So now we are happy and confident that we're not going to just suddenly drop dead and can go about getting our national college. Alright, now that we have our settler, we are going to go down to, somewhere. Where's a good place to settle? They want me to settle here on top of my other city, which I disagree with completely, because then I wouldn't have any luxury resources, which means they want me to do this for a reason I don't know. Probably a late game resources there that I just can't see. This one makes a bit more sense, to be honest, but I do not want the truffles. I'm more interested in the gold and all of these freaking mountains that are around me. Alright, our shrine is finished here. We're going to start work on our library now that we actually have a little bit of a production tile. We want to start getting our libraries for more science up and running. So that's probably going to be our next really important structure, because keep in mind we already have our free monument because that came from going tradition, so that saved us, I don't know how many turns that was. We've got 2, 3, I don't know, 16 turns, something like that. At least. Alright, so here we are. Our new city has been founded. We are down to 1 happiness as a result. However, she's looking at us awfully funny now, isn't she? However, we do have our furs that we are going to start working in 4 turns. Takes 10 to make it, so that seems like it's within norm. That 11 is going to hurt us a little bit, but even if I move him right here, that would take 2 turns to get there. How many to repair? 2 to repair. So we are going to eat an unhappiness for a little while, but that is okay. Similarly, I'm going to have this little guy construct a shrine first. Our spearman is going to go back towards the main area. And as I just mentioned, okay, she did in fact go to war. She did not seem to enjoy the fact that we settled here, so here's what you need to know about going to war. The only way they can take my city is if they have a melee unit. If they had 5 million archers, those archers would just sit around there and kind of admire. Well, I don't have walls. I was going to say admire the walls, but they would just sit there. So all I need to do is kind of hit the units that are melee, which are these 4. So I'm going to focus fire here, focus fire there. He's already half dead in 1 turn. Unfortunately, this little jerk is going to burn the tiles that I just fixed, and that's a bit of an annoyance too. Ah. Oh well. Just going to go hide here and kind of count our blessings, you know? Alright, so there's the city. As you can see, that seems to be all she has for now. What does more damage? That does more damage. That almost does a complete kill. But I think I'm going to start working on some of these Pictish, because they are stronger. They've got more defense than this regular warrior. So we'll start working on them. Okay, so our city is losing a little bit of health, but I'm not seeing any siege units around here, so I'm not overly concerned. Instead, I'm going to just chill and keep working on their little units. This one will actually go and kill off that warrior. I have to finish my library here, and you can see my science jumping up to 24 turns. That is excellent. Gives me a little bit of time to go work on something else. I can't do circus until I get what? Requires improved horses. Yeah, I didn't work on them just yet. Oh, right. I didn't refocus my tiles after... Oh, I'm so stupid. I forgot after my settler was done, I didn't go back and refocus my tiles. That was kind of silly. But it got our library out faster, so I really can't complain about that too much, can I? Tell you what, I am going to work on the caravan again, and I will allow that to work a bit faster than normal, just because I really want to get that caravan replaced, because we don't really have a lot of gold, do we? Wow, they are definitely serious about trying to take this city, but they only have 2 units in range who are capable of doing such a thing. So I'm not terribly concerned. I will just keep going and focusing on the guys that are causing me trouble. Hey, look at that. Cover for a composite bowman is pretty good, so I will go ahead and grab that as well. And I will suppose I will start finishing this guy off. They're getting pretty close to capturing my worker, so I am going to have this guy completely retreat. I do not want to lose him. And my guy over here is getting attacked. I'll give him survivalism too and tell him to get out of there. Alright, looks like we have 1 unit left that is capable of trying to take our city. We will go and shoot that guy down. He is in fact now almost dead, and in fact, now that we've killed a bunch of her units...
Well...
Nope, not quite the time for negotiation. Alright, she's not through just yet. Now, if that Pictish warrior attacks our city again, he's going to kill himself, and then she'll have no units left with which she can go and try and take our city. I'm going to move that guy back a little bit. Alright, so our Pictish warrior is dead. We are now going to start focusing on these archers. The archers are really the ones that are kind of annoying us the most. Now that all the warriors are dead, is it not time we ended this war? I don't think so, because she has no more units, so I'm actually going to stay here for a little while longer and keep shooting these units that decided that would be a good idea to take our city. So we can probably kill her. We can start working on him. But it looks like she's retreating, so tell you what, I will go ahead and negotiate peace. She has no money left, so I can't get anything from her. Possible for gems? Nope, didn't think so. There we go. So, just like that, war is sadly come to a close. But now we can go and work on this luxury resource tile. Now that we have that, our research is going to go back and do fun things, such as grab an extra trade route, which would be nice. Might have to do sailing for that, because we also want to go and grab this. Now, you don't have to worry about your enemy turning around and attacking you again simply because they can't. You have a grace period where your opponent just cannot attack you again. So, on the off chance that crazy woman wants to try to attack us again, I am going to make us our second composite bowman and maybe even a third composite bowman. Because she's not our friend, it would appear, and she's worrying us just a little bit. Oh dear, we have another very interesting development in this particular game. It looks like Hiawatha has declared war on the Celts, and that's gonna kill them. She just lost most of her units to me, and I can spy catapults here, which means it doesn't matter if she wants to go to war with me again or not, because lo and behold, she can't. She's about to die. She's going to lose everything right now. The units that she has to defend herself with were over here, and she's here, and the units are coming across right now, and they even have catapults. If she had catapults when attacking me, I would have been a little bit more afraid, but she didn't, so I wasn't. Oh yeah, closer inspection we can see exactly what Hiawatha has. Very surprising for someone that opened up piety, but lo and behold we can see multiple archer units, we can see Mohawk warriors, spearmen. We know that he has at least one catapult, quite possibly more, and God knows what else I can't see. Oh yeah, Dublin's already taking a lot of damage, and there's no way she can kill all of this.
Mathematics is the gate and key to the sciences.
Alright, so we got mathematics, we're now going to go after currency, because we're slowly working our way towards education. This is our next big one, but we don't want to not take mint, because we have gold. We don't want to not take markets, because that's extra gold for us as well. We don't want to skip our extra trade route, things like that. So we will be taking currency and engineering and then probably going back up to here. I think that's the way things are going to go right now. Spending 33 turns to go after that doesn't seem like a good idea for the moment. Yep, Dublin's fallen. There you go. Only question is, are they going to go after Edinburgh, or are they done? Because she is done right now. She will never be able to get enough units to fend him off again. Nope. She is gone. Okay, so Composite Bowman is now done. We have another caravan. We are going to build that, I think. We check our happiness. We have 7 happiness. We do not need the Colosseum. I'm not going to be going serious boot stomping. We don't need a barracks. I don't care about my religion too much, so we're not going to build a temple. Watermill is tempting, but we're kind of shy on gold, so let's go and prioritize that first. Alright, so we're a little bit late, but we finally have all of our libraries right now, so we are going to switch over everything we are doing to do National College in our highest production city, which happens to be our capital. It will be making the majority of all the things that we want actually made. So let's go and grab that and get some more science in, shall we?